The Shadow in My Mirror. Sarah, a young woman in her 20s, stumbles upon a beautiful yet oddly unsettling vintage mirror at a local yard sale. The mirror's intricate, hand-carved frame catches her eye, its antique design adding an old-world charm that she believes would perfectly complement her modest apartment. The seller, an elderly woman with a mysterious aura, offers it to her at an unexpectedly low price, warning her with a cryptic statement: "Some things should remain hidden, child." Ignoring the warning as nothing more than superstition, Sarah buys the mirror, eager to add a touch of elegance to her home. She places the mirror in her hallway, where it quickly becomes a focal point in her apartment. At first, everything seems normal, and Sarah is content with her purchase. But as the nights pass, she begins to notice something strange. Each time she walks by the mirror, she catches a glimpse of a shadowy figure in the reflection. The figure doesn't match her own movements, nor does it appear in the real world. It is a dark, indistinct shape, lurking just out of the corner of her eye, as though it is waiting for her to notice. At first, Sarah believes it's merely a trick of the light, maybe a shadow cast from a hallway lamp or some quirk of the mirror's old glass. But the more she watches, the more she becomes convinced that something is wrong. The shadow, although vague at first, starts to mimic her every move. It watches her with an eerie, unsettling stillness, but as Sarah grows more paranoid, she notices that sometimes the shadow moves in ways she doesn't, dancing when she stands still, lingering when she turns away. One night, as Sarah is getting ready for bed, she notices that the shadow in the mirror seems to be growing more distinct. It's as if it's drawing closer to the surface of the glass, its features becoming sharper and more defined. For the first time, Sarah sees the outline of a face, its eyes dark and hollow, staring directly at her with a malicious intent. The reflection begins to act out bizarre, disturbing scenes that Sarah doesn't remember performing, like pacing anxiously, writhing in pain, or whispering to the glass, though she knows she was nowhere near the mirror during those moments. Sarah becomes increasingly obsessed with the mirror, unable to resist staring into it for hours, as though drawn to the sinister figure within. The shadow grows bolder, more menacing. She begins to see it out of the corner of her eye when she isn't near the mirror, creeping along walls, shifting in her peripheral vision, almost as if it is following her wherever she goes. At times, she even hears faint whispers when she passes by, as though the shadow is trying to communicate. As days go by, Sarah's mental state begins to deteriorate. The shadow grows more aggressive, pulling at the edges of the reflection, trying to break free. One night, while Sarah is half asleep, she wakes up to a cold, oppressive presence in the room. The mirror seems to glow with an unnatural light, and she watches, paralyzed with fear, as the shadow in the glass begins to move toward the surface of the mirror, pressing against the glass as if trying to push through. Its features become more defined, its form more corporeal. Suddenly, with a horrific screech, the shadow steps out of the mirror, its black, wispy tendrils reaching toward her. It's no longer a mere reflection, but a malevolent, twisted entity, a creature made of darkness, filled with hunger and malice. Its eyes lock onto Sarah's, and she realizes, with a chilling clarity, that it has been trying to replace her from the very beginning. It wants to take her place in the real world, to become her. Terrified, Sarah tries to escape, but the creature grabs her, pulling her toward the mirror, its cold, oppressive grip tightening. As she struggles to break free, she sees her reflection in the mirror. The shadowy figure now stands in her place, wearing her face, and as Sarah's own body disappears into the glass, the creature grins, finally claiming what it has been coveting. The mirror goes back to its previous stillness, and now, when anyone looks into it, they see only a faint shadow where Sarah once stood, her name forgotten, replaced by something far more sinister.